Okay, following up with the Capture One inversion of the film scan, I found something truly amazing in the Capture One, and this didn't mean to be used either way, but it is really useful for the Capture One inversion. Firstly, when you get the Capture One, open it up and go to the preference. I mentioned this in the earlier videos, but you have to make sure that this channel mode is set to red, green and blue channels, and the threshold can be set to 001 or even zeros. White balanced, you can just pick at the mask, which is the darkest area in your pictures. You can just grab that. If you have a few masks, it will be better than this one. Set to no color corrections in the other, in the effects, no color corrections, and set to linear response. Go to this tab, and initially you're just going to crop the frame. Corrections for the lens and the lights, which is the LLC. You can using that to calibrate your lights and the rig uniformity, so you get a perfect color uniformity and light uniformity over your picture, but it just take up some space to do it. And this is a perfect uniformity, which is represent for the best film scan you can have, because if you have a vignette in the film which is captured at the moment of the taking of photos, you will notice that sometimes using the DSLR film scan, it can be affected and not showing the real results from your negatives. So we finish all setting up the camera setup. So you hit, making sure that all the levels is set to default. There is nothing set here. Then inverted the curve. You can see initially you can see the color of the negatives being inverted with the linear response, which is no color corrections whatsoever from the camera. It is a linear response. And hit the auto, and you can see it right away. It gets a quite good linear scan. You can tweak the curve and get this contrast, which is comparable to the lab scanner. And this is the real one from the SP3000 lab scan. You can see the light that being represented here is really close, and the tint in the shadows, it is a bit bluer, but this has a preset of the SP3000. You have to know that, and it is not the real color of your film. If you scan the film with something like a cool scan and the Hasselblad fits tight, it might really have a different color to it. So if I wanted SP3000, which many people might like it, I has done the calibrations with this curve. You can adjust it and see after you put the auto and you like the tone, you just grab these photos as a reference and adjusted the curve of this primary curve, not this one, not this color balance. You just adjust it at this curve and reset this 3 levels to default and push the auto again. You can have a pretty nice frontier-like tint. You can see here it has a blue shade. It's a bit colder, but I really think it is so close to the frontier scan right now. If you want a purplish blue, you can just using the color editor to do that. You can see here the yellow shade and the skin tones of the Kodak Go 200 is pretty close. You can adjust it as the way you like. It is really good.